Okay, so this is going to be just a quick rundown on the loan estimate, and I'm using just a template from the CFPB, so this is actually something you can pull yourself and take a look at as well. So let's start at the top. This is just where all the detailed information is: date issued, your names, property address, the sale price, type of loan you're going for, right? Purchase, if it's a conventional FHA, VA, loan ID, if the rate's locked and until when. That's very important when you're looking at multiple lenders. Is it locked? Is it floating still? Because if the rate's floating, then it could change tomorrow, right? So down to the first bucket, you got your loan amount, interest rate, monthly principal and interest. Tells you if it can change or not. If there's a prepayment penalty, most loans are going to not have one. Same with a balloon payment. And then it goes into a little bit more detail of projected payments, giving you more if there's mortgage insurance, if there's an estimated escrow. There's your total estimated payment for the first 7 years compared to the remaining 8 through 30. And then it has the breakdown of what's escrowed and the estimate. Downfall of the loan estimate is it's doing a lot of the same math over and over again, right? And that's a complaint I get from a lot of clients. So kind of bear with it. And if you have questions, always feel free, like you can call estimated closing costs and then estimated cash to close, right? Which again, it's a lot of the same math you're doing in other ways, commingled together. It's not very efficient, unfortunately. But here's where it gets slightly more efficient is in at least the breakdowns, it starts to itemize things out for you. So you got your closing cost detail. These are going to be in bucket A. This is going to be things that like your lenders charging you, application, origination, discount points, things of that nature. Services you cannot shop for. These are pretty much finance charges too, but they're things that we've got to go out in the marketplace and get and buy. We got to pay for an appraisal. We got to pay for a credit report. We got to pay for a flood certificate, monitoring. There's tax, there's things that we go out as the lender. Those are things you cannot shop for, but we're just showing you the itemization of what they are, right? And then services you can shop for. If you're getting a pest inspection, a survey, like closing attorney you're working with, title attorney, so on and so forth. And then you have your other costs, taxes and government fees, prepaids. This is going to be things like homeowners insurance, if you're paying for a full year, mortgage insurance, if you're paying, any in advance, which usually you aren't, prepaid interest, depending on the day of the month you close, and if there's any taxes due at closing. And then here's your escrow impound, or that first escrow deposit, if you are in fact establishing an escrow at closing. Other title insurance as an owner, optional. And then again, it kind of shows you some of that, all that math, bundle it all up and shows you how your estimated cash to close is calculated from the standpoint of your down payment, closing costs, everything, and anything you put in deposit, does the net math for you from that standpoint. And then it just does some more detailed math, right? What are you paying in the first 5 years? What's your APR, total interest as a percentage over the life of the loan, right? So that shows you what your real interest rate is if you pay for the whole 30 years. And then the lender's information, any more details here, it's assumable, like what the appraisal's about, homeowners insurance, late payments, refinance, servicing, what the intentions are, and then just confirming receipt, right? And that's something I go over a lot with my clients too, is most things with lending, when you're signing, you're not really signing something that makes you obligated to something. You're just signing that you've acknowledged it. So that's the loan estimate, quick breakdown.